Guys, have you ever had perfect attendance in your life in school or at work? Me, I do so much. Elementary school years, high school years, and college years. I consistently get my perfect attendance. I'll get to that more shortly by showing you my attendance record, my perfect attendance record, my good grades, attendance, and all of that shit. This video is all about perfect attendance in school. I'm going to show you all my personal information, no cap, no lies, no bullshit. Because every time in my YouTube channel, I always tell the truth. I always tell the fucking truth. This is the perfect attendance school episode. Go to the title card. Justin Television here. I'm so happy and excited. Again, today is Sunday, September 15, 2025. And this video is all about the consistency of having perfect attendance in school when you were just a little kid, when you were just a child, so you can improve better. Me personally, I always get my perfect attendance. No shit. Between me and my sister, we consistently get perfect attendance all year long. When we were little kids, my sister and I, because my brother was never a big fan of school. So yeah, me personally, I always get my perfect attendance in school. And it's for real. I always do, seriously. But the only school I never ever got my perfect attendance was in middle school. Middle school years, I gotta say, I was not proud of it. I was so frustrated with my lack of effort. But middle school, I'm gonna tell you this. Middle school years, only middle school years, I personally had excessive multiple absence. I was not pleased. I was not happy. I was so pissed off and angry. But the only reason why I had excessive multiple absence in middle school is because I used to take the school bus back then, and I had so much doctor appointments and behavioral issues that I'm not proud of. Like I said, I used to do shitty things in middle school that I'm not proud of. But like I said, elementary, high school, and college, everything was excellent. Absolutely excellent. I'm telling you. I always get my perfect attendance. And I even go to school when I get sick. I kid you not. Seriously. Because as a student, it's your job and it's your responsibility to go to school consistently every single day. I understand things get in the way, like sickness, definite family, doctor's appointments, and more. Like, you have a lot of shit going through. I understand, but you cannot use the same excuse consistently, because sooner or later, if you're not taking your attendance very seriously, your teachers are going to call your parents and you're going to get in a lot of trouble. Not just you, but your parents are going to get in trouble as well for child education neglect. So you better watch it. You got to be really careful out there. I understand some people are not a fan of school. Like, some kids don't want to go to school for anything. They just want to stay home, play video games, whatever, or not go to school at all. They just want to stay home. But in life, in reality, you cannot physically stay home all day, every day. No. If you're a student, right, you have to go to school every day no matter what. You can only be absent if you're sick or if you have a doctor's appointment or whatever, or have something you need to take care of, fine. But you can't do it consistently, because if you do, they're going to call your parents, they're going to call ACS on you, Child Protective Services, Department of Family Services, and they can take your parents away. And your parents can seriously go to jail for child education neglect. So you better be careful. And when it comes to college, you got to go every day too, because in college, sometimes they do and do not care about attendance record, but in college, you physically have to go every day, because the thing is, the college is paying you to go to school every day. The college is paying you. They're giving you money for your education, for you to buy stuff that you need for school supplies, books, clothes, whatever. So yeah, you cannot physically stay at home every single day doing nothing. As a student, you have to go to school every day. As a grown-up, you have to go to work every day so you can make money to pay off your rent and bills and shit. If you stay at home every day doing nothing, you're going to get in trouble. As a student, you're going to get in trouble. And your parents are going to get in trouble. And as a grown-up, if you don't show up to work every day, you're not going to get paid and you won't be able to pay your rent or bills. And then they're going to kick you out of the street and you'll be homeless. So in life, we got to do stuff that we don't want to do, but we have to do it. In life, there's some things all people want to and want to not want to do, but we have to suck it up and do it anyway. So yeah, perfect attendance for me is seriously important. Even though I got perfect attendance in elementary school, high school, and college, because those were the areas that the schools that I went to were closer to my home, which is more sufficient for me to get there consistently every single day. So yes, I gotta say elementary school years, high school years, and college years were the best years of my life. Going to school consistently every day, even if I get sick, I go because it's your job, it's your responsibility as a student to consistently go to school every day. Like I said before, things get in the way, I understand. Sickness, death in the family, appointments, those shits tend to get in the way sometimes, but you cannot use the same excuse consistently so to avoid getting in trouble. Because usually attendance monitors, they will call a student's house to ask the parent why the child did not go to school for the day. They will do that shit. Some schools, not old schools, but I remember my second middle school, Simon Baruch Junior High School 104, the attendance coordinator will call a student's home when they're absent for the first time. They will call and ask questions, and then the parent would say, oh, my child got sick, I'm sorry for him not being there, but he'll come tomorrow, and all of that. The second middle school I went to, the attendance monitor and the attendance policy was seriously fucking strict. I'm telling you, the second middle school that I went to, Simon Baruch Junior High School 104, the attendance policy is so fucking strict. You consistently have to go to school every day no matter what happens. If you get sick or you go home early, you gotta be there the whole day. You gotta be there the whole day. My second middle school, because the first middle school that I went to, IS 218, Salome Llerena, when I was absent a couple of times, they didn't really call my house. They just the assistant principal told me just bring the absent note and that's it, but they will not call your house. The first middle school that I went to, IS 218, Salome Llerena, they never call my house when I was absent. They never call my house. When I show up the next day, the assistant principal, her name is Anita. Yeah, Miss Anita Freemauer. She's the assistant principal of IS 218, Salome Llerena, the assistant principal. Her name is Anita. Miss Anita Freemauer, the assistant principal. Because my guidance counselor, her name was Miss Kenya. She's African American. She's very nice. Everybody in that school is really nice. But the only reason I got transferred to another middle school, because like I said, behavioral issues. I used to do stupid shit in middle school to attract attention, which is not okay. Absolutely not okay in my part. Like I said, I made some stupid mistakes in middle school, but elementary school, high school, and college, me, absolutely excellent. Absolutely excellent. I'm thinking it's because when I go to school closer to my house, it's easier for me to commute and it's easier and it's more sufficient, and it keeps my mom and my grandmother to stop worrying about me. Because the only reason I was riding the school bus is because my mom and my grandmother was so worried about me that something's gonna happen to me. And I keep telling them nothing's gonna happen to me. I want to take the city bus or the train, because if I miss the school bus, I'm not gonna wait for it because I know it's not gonna come back again. And the city bus and the train is always there. If you miss the first stop, it's gonna come again. It's not gonna be like the school bus, because the school bus just comes to your house, and if you don't come downstairs right on time, they're gonna leave you and they're not really gonna come again. And I keep telling my mom and my grandmother about that, and they said no. They said when you get older, we'll think about it. And when I went to my second high school closer to my house in the Bronx, that's when my mom and my grandmother decided, well, you're 17 years old, you can do this. We trust you this time. I think it happened when I yelled at my mom. I didn't mean to yell at my mom. I love my mom so much. She's my everything. But yes, when I moved to the Bronx in the 8th grade, right? And then I was starting to go to my newest high school closer to my house in the Bronx, I yelled at my mom for a reason. I was like, Mom, you have to start trusting me. When I yelled at her, She didn't say anything, and I was like, you know what? You always say no. No is your fucking answer. So I was so pissed off and angry, and I stormed out of the conversation. I stormed and I went to my room. I slammed the door, and then my grandmother wasn't too happy. I thought my grandmother was gonna hit me, but she talked to me. She said, let your mother decide on this. We know you're grown up. We know you're responsible. She told me everything in Spanish because my grandmother's English accent wasn't so fluent. Between my grandmother and my father, they both consistently speak in Spanish. I get it. So yeah, my grandmother told me the reason why my mom said those things. But then my mom and my grandmother at the end, they finally changed their minds, and they said I can start taking the city bus and the train when I went to my first high school, Manhattan Village Academy, 2007 through 2009. Before I go on, I'm gonna show you guys my attendance records and my high school class photos so you guys can get the gist of everything I'm saying, to let you guys know about my high school experience. Perfect attendance, good grades, and class photos, so you guys can know which high school I went to. In my case, I went to 2 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 2 high schools. I'm just surprised, me personally, I'm just surprised I didn't go to 2 colleges, because I thought when I first went to my first college in the Bronx, Eugenio Maria de Hostos Community College in 149 Grand Concourse in the Bronx. Yeah, when I went there, when I got out of class, right, one of the kids came up to me and told me the dean needs to speak to you at the principal's office. And I got scared because at first I never saw the college dean before. I never saw her before. The college dean is a she. Her name is Gomez. What's her first name? Gomez. Dean Gomez. Oh, Giovanna. Yeah. Dean Giovanna Gomez. I met her before. She's a woman. When I went to her office, I got scared because I didn't know what I personally didn't know what was gonna happen. But when I went to the dean's office, it was something else. It wasn't really about, anything, because I never did anything wrong in college. I never plagiarized. I never cheated. I did everything good. I did absolutely good. So yeah, when I went to the dean's office in college, she was congratulating me on my hard work. And she also noticed that I did a college tour on my YouTube channel. I thought I was going to get in trouble for that, but it turns out it was a good thing, because I'm showing the college more information, more varieties, and I'm giving all the message to high school students out there to come to the Hostos. They don't really have to come to Hostos. They can go to other colleges if they wish to, please. But yeah, the college dean was so impressed with my YouTube video, because I did, in the year 2018, Thursday, October 18, 2018, I did a college tour video based on me, Justin Television. So I did a college tour. I was showing around the classrooms, the hallways, the cafeteria, the gymnasium. I was doing all, right? Just for my channel. I did a college tour. I did like two or three college tours before the end of my college graduation, because I graduated from college in 2022. So yeah. When I did the college tour video in my channel, the college dean was impressed. She was really, really happy. When I got up to the dean's office, I had a weird feeling in my stomach, because I was a little nervous. I thought I was gonna get in trouble for something, but for what? If I never ever did anything wrong in college, I was consistently perfect attendance and good grades at the same time. So everything was okay. Okay, before I go on, I just want to show you guys my attendance record so you guys can basically get the gist of everything. I'm going to show you guys my attendance record, my certificates that I achieved in high school for good behavior and attendance records and socialization awards and all that shit. So yes, we're going to go to the attendance record right now. Perfect attendance. September 2010 through June 2011, my high school senior year, perfect attendance. We're gonna go now. As you can see, you guys, this is my attendance record from my second high school, Jeffrey Ann Rappaport, because the first high school that I went to was Manhattan Village Academy, October 2007 until June 2009. The only reason why I went to Manhattan Village Academy in the month of October 2007, because in the month of September 2007, I was at home because of my situation of my high school application form was mixed up with another student. So there was this school that I was mistakenly placed, but I'm not going to get further details about that because it's not important. So yes, the only reason why I started Manhattan Village Academy High School and my registration in October, and I became the new student in Manhattan Village Academy on Tuesday, October 2nd, 2007, because of my high school recommendations was mixed up and everything was a mistake. And in the month of September, I didn't go anywhere. I was just home. I was just literally home. And I realized that the Manhattan Village Academy High School principal, his name, this was back then. This is not now, but back then, my Manhattan Village Academy High School principal, his name was Hector Geegan. At first, it was Hector Geegan, but now they have a new high school principal, which is Christine White at Manhattan Village Academy High School. And I know this because I tell the truth where I was attended. And I know so much about my high school memories. Because if I didn't know what I was talking about, you guys wouldn't know what I was talking about. But I do know what I'm talking about because I know this shit. I just told you. So yes, October 2nd, 2007 was the day that I was admitted. I was admitted to Manhattan Village Academy High School. October 2nd, 2007 until June 25th, 2009, because that was the last day of school. And it was also Regents Week because a lot of students, high school students, especially me, was taking the Regents examinations in order for us to go to the next grade after that. So yes, my experience in Manhattan Village Academy High School was October 2nd, 2007 until June 25th, 2009. I was there for 2 years because 2 years later, I went to a high school closer to my house in the Bronx and it was 3 blocks away. So I consistently go to school every single day. Even though I went to Manhattan Village Academy every single day by taking the city bus and the train, I had perfect attendance there also. But everything had to be transferred to a high school closer to my house in the Bronx. Everything had to be transferred because my parents wanted me to go to school closer to home. So I remember because back then I would wake up at 6:30 in the morning and I would be the first person to leave the house before my mom and my brother did. When my brother and I started going to high school, my sister was never home because when my brother and I started going to high school, my sister started going to college. She was a college freshman in the year 07 and 08. My sister was a college freshman. So you get the gist of this shit. So yeah, October 2nd, 2007 until June 25th, 2009 was my Manhattan Village Academy high school experience. I'll show you a class picture now. This is the class picture of my Manhattan Village Academy High School. My class picture, 2007 through 2009. Okay, now, the attendance record. So, this is my information, my original birth name. Again, you guys, before you say anything, elementary school, middle school, high school, and college, my original birth name started with the letter K, but I don't feel comfortable saying my original birth name because I'm too embarrassed. I'm legally Justin now. I was Justin since my college years, to be honest with you. But with my college associate's degree, they couldn't put my legal name because my first college entry was the letter K. Elementary school, middle school, high school, and college, I was K Hidalgo, and that's it. And my high school diploma and my college degree says K Hidalgo, and that's it. Okay, now the attendance record. Jeffrey M. Rappaport, the year to date school day, year 2010 and 11. This was my senior year attendance record, to be honest with you guys. This was my high school senior year, aka 12th grade. So yes, if you get the gist of this, you're gonna see my name, my birthday, my student ID number, and my mother's name, and basic information. And the first day school started was hold up, I'm trying to figure this out. I'm looking at the attendance sheet. I'm looking at it. So okay, September, okay, Tuesday, right? Oh yes, the first day of school was oh yes, the first day of high school started Wednesday, September 8th, 2010, and the last day of school was June. Oh, okay, I got it. Wednesday. Oh, I got it. Yes, the first day of my second high school as a high school senior, right? The first day of school was Wednesday, September 8th, 2010. And the last day of school was, okay, I graduated in 2011, right? Oh, yes, the last day of school was Tuesday, June 28th, 2011, because my high school graduation was Friday, June 24th, 2011, and my brother's high school graduation was Monday, June 27, 2011. So I got the gist of this. I got this, you guys. I got this. So the first day of my senior year, which is the 12th grade, 2010 and 11, because I consistently graduated from high school in 2011. So the first day of high school, my senior year, 12th grade, the first day of high school was Wednesday, September 8th, 2010. And the last day of high school was Tuesday, June 28th, 2011. Because this is the senior year calendar, 2010 and 11. Because I graduated from high school in 2011. Because I basically started high school in the year 2007. Okay, so as you can see, I'm showing you guys right now the big moment. My perfect attendance record in this bitch. My perfect attendance record for the year 2010 and 2011. Let's go. Now. September, perfect attendance. October, 90% of attendance because I was absent for one day in October. I was absent on Monday, October 25th, 2010. It says Tuesday, but like I said, the second high school that I went to is full of inconsistencies and messed up dates. Because their school system keeps malfunctioning and shutting down for no fucking reason. I think they need to work on their computers and their electronics and some shit. In the nearest future, they need to work on that shit for no more inconsistencies. So yes, the first day of school, 2010-2011, Wednesday, September 8, 2010, until Tuesday, June 28, 2011, was my senior year, high school year for the year 2010 through 2011. See, as you can see, the month September. Perfect attendance, dead ass. Perfect attendance in September. No absence in September. 100% perfect attendance. And now when we go to October, look, Monday, October 25th, absent. The 2 A's stands for absent. The 2 A's. It means absent, literally absent. So yeah, I was absent on Monday, October 25th, 2010. Because that was my high school senior year. And I remember I was absent on Monday, October 25th, 2010, because that was my college tour. I went on a college tour with my mom and my sister, because the thing is, my sister was a full college student experience at that time before my high school graduation is about to become a verge. I'm on the verge of high school graduation in 2011. So yes, I remember the day that I was absent. I was literally absent on Monday, October 25th, 2010, because that was the day I went on a college tour with my mom and my sister, and all the high school principals told senior students, senior 12th graders, that the due date for the college application letters, the due date was December 22nd. So I took the day off, Monday, October 25th, 2010, to go on a college tour with my mom and my sister. And then the next day, I went to school on Tuesday, October 26th, 2010. And that was the day I went to the dean's office, the assistant principal, to give them my college. I was going to say high school application. No, my college application forms. I gave it to the dean right on time for this shit. So yes, I was absent on Monday, October 25th, 2010. So in October, I got 90% of perfect attendance. September, 100% of attendance. October, 90%, because I was absent for one day. Monday, October 25th, 2010. I was absent on that day. November, I got perfect attendance. December, perfect attendance. January, perfect attendance. And that was the end of the first term. September through January was the first term of the attendance, the attendance record, the attendance rush, the first term of the semester, the end of the first semester term in high school. So the second term would be February until June. So we're going to go there now. February, perfect attendance. In the middle of the section that is all blanked, that there's no dates, is because we had 1 week off of winter recess in the month of February. In the month of February, I believe it was February, February, 17, right? So 17 would be Friday. Oh yes, the 20th through, February 20th through February 24th, 2011 was 1 week of winter recess in the month of February. So if you've seen blank spots, that means there was no school for 1 week in the month of February. There was no school for 1 week because of winter recess and President's Day, to get the gist. So yeah, February, perfect attendance. March, perfect attendance. April, perfect attendance. May, perfect attendance. And June, hell yeah, baby. 100% of perfect attendance. And it was also on the verge of fucking God. Sorry you have to hear that, guys. I'm closer to the window in my office because my office space has a window and it does a lot of consistent noise, which is annoying. Okay, June, 100%. Perfect attendance. And it was also closer to the verge of graduation, high school graduation. My high school graduation was on Friday, June 24th, and my brother's high school graduation was June 27th. In the same year, 2011, because my brother and we started high school 2007 through 2011. Because the thing is, my brother and we were both in the same grades, but different schools. Elementary, middle, and high, we were both in the same grades, but different schools. Sorry, I just burped. My brother and we were both in the same grades, but different schools. Because my brother went to the same middle school as my sister, IS 90. And my brother went to the same high school that my sister's best friend went to. They all went to the same school together. Between my brother and my sister, the only time I went to the same school with my sister was elementary school, PS 128. That was the school that my sister and I went to that school together. But in middle school, my brother and my sister went to the same middle school together, IS 90. It was the same around area of a couple of schools in West Side 168th Street, St. Nicholas, where I grew up back then as a little kid, living with my grandmother and shit. So yes, June was 100% perfect attendance throughout the old school year. I cannot believe I am so fucking proud. For the first time in my life, I get perfect attendance throughout the entire school year. Even though I was absent for 1 day out of the entire school year, it was good enough for me. I was so fucking proud of myself. Because high school years and college years, I turned my life around. I didn't want to act the same way I acted in middle school. Because I seriously want people to take me seriously now and then. To be friendly, to be kind to others, and not do stupid shit to attract attention. All that shit that I did in middle school. I regret it. I absolutely regret it. But guess what? High school, I was back on track. I was one of the top students in my class, straight A's, perfect attendance, good grades. You heard it all. And you're going to see proof and allegations, because in my YouTube channel, I said it before and I'm going to say it again. In my YouTube channel, I always show proof and allegations about my schooling years, and especially classroom photos, class pictures, to prove to you guys out there that that was the school that I really attended to. Would I lie about it if I'm showing you guys proof and allegations for this bitch? If I'm showing you guys this shit? No. You saw it all, the proof and the allegations. Because every time in my YouTube channel, when I discuss about my schooling years, I show proof. I show proof. I show papers. I show letters. I show allegations. I show all of that shit to prove to you guys that I'm always telling the truth. In my YouTube channel, I always tell the truth. In middle school was the only time I ever lied. Middle school years, like I said, middle school years, I did a lot of stupid shit. I lied, I cheated, I steal from my grandmother. I used to steal her money. I used to do stupid shit. And when my mom took me to the special hospital when I was in middle school, she said, this is where you're going to be if you don't change your behavior. So when I saw the hospital, I was scared. I thought I was going to live there. I thought I was never going to go home or go to school again when I saw the mental hospital for kids. This happened to me in the 6th grade. She showed me the mental hospital, my mom. She showed me what it looks like. She said, if I keep this up, I'm going to be there forever and never go home. And I was scared. So like I said, during high school years and college years, I decided to get back on track after what I witnessed and experienced. My mom told me if I always behave bad, I will end up being in a mental hospital because of behavioral issues, or juvenile detention center, also behavioral issues. So I decided high school years and college years, I decided to get back on track and not do stupid shit ever again. That's why high school years and college years, my high school professors and my college professors were so fucking proud of me. They gave me a hug. They said, congratulations, we're proud of you. We always know you were a serious, consistent hard worker. Keep it up. You're doing great. Awesome. So there you see it, you guys, my attendance record from my second high school, 2010 through 2011. Justin Television was only absent one day out of the whole school year in the year 2007 and in the year 2010. In the year 2008 and 9, I believe in the year 2008 and 9, October 25th was on the weekend. So basically, I was never absent. I went to school consistently every day throughout the entire school year. Even there are days I will go to school when I'm sick sometimes. But yeah, I power through it. The year 2008 and 9, when I was in the 10th grade and 11th grade, I was never absent. I was never absent because in the year 2008 and 9, October 25th was on a weekend. October 25th, 2008 was on a Saturday, and October 25th, 2009 was on a Sunday. So basically, I got my perfect attendance throughout the entire school year like I did when I was in elementary school. I did it for like 2 or 3 times. And middle school was the worst because my attendance record was so fucking atrocious, it made me want to vom. Excessive multiple absence because of the way I acted seriously made me want to vom. It was disgusting, atrocious, disgusting as fuck. It literally made me sick to my stomach. But elementary school, high school, and college, absolutely back on track and absolutely excellent. Okay, so the other one you guys are going to see is the attendance records closer to the end of the school year. The percentage of the attendance. Okay, September, perfect attendance. October, almost perfect attendance. November, perfect attendance. December, perfect attendance. January, perfect attendance. February, perfect attendance. March, perfect attendance. April, perfect attendance. May, perfect attendance. And especially June, perfect attendance. I was so proud of my attendance. I wanted to get back on track with my perfect attendance record. Seriously. For a goofy kid, 7th grader like me, can definitely improve his future endeavors. He can. Okay? Do not make fun of him just because the way he acted in middle school. Stop. Don't make fun of him. Don't judge him. Don't say nasty things about him behind his back. He knows he has done something wrong, but in the nearest future, he prevented it and make a change. Everybody can change. Everybody can seriously change if you believe in them for the nearest future. All right, you guys, that's it. You all saw my attendance record. Before I close out the video, I want to show you guys my high school class picture. The first high school class picture is Manhattan Village Academy, 2007 through 2009. This was my first high school, because let's not forget, I went to 2 schools for grades and commute at the same time. 2 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, 2 high schools, and 1 college. I'm just surprised I only stick with 1 college for my future expense, my future endeavors. So yes, this was my class picture of Manhattan Village Academy High School. You see the kid with the yellow hoodie right there? That was me. That was me. The girl with the yellow hoodie. Because let's not forget, when I was in middle school, high school, and college, I always dressed as a boy. I cannot say elementary school because when I was in elementary school, I had to wear a uniform every day. So middle school, high school, and college, I got to wear whatever I want. Middle school, high school, and college, I always dressed as a boy. And I changed my gender identity as a boy. because I'm not letter K anymore. My legal name is Justin. My legal sex is male. My gender sex, everything was changed during my college years. So again, this photo was Manhattan Village Academy High School. These are my classmates, and the girl with the yellow hoodie right there next to another girl, that's me. And my homeroom teacher is right next to the girl with the gray and black hoodie. My homeroom teacher with the gray hair with the purple scarf, her name is Mrs. Norrell. Professor Norrell, yeah, that was my 9th grade teacher in Manhattan Village Academy High School. Again, 2007 through 2009, I went to Manhattan Village Academy. And in the year 2009 through 2011, I went to Jeffrey M. Rappaport, the high school closer to my house in the Bronx. 3 blocks away, no city bus, no train. I would consistently walk to school and walk home every single day like I did when I was in elementary school. Elementary school, high school, and college, I would walk to school and walk home every day and get perfect attendance, the most of it, that too. So the next class photo I'm going to show you guys is Jeffrey M. Rappaport, 2009 through 2011. I was standing next to my 11th grade teacher, Mr. Seifman. I was wearing a red sweater vest and a white long sleeve shirt and blue skinny jeans and black and red Converse, All-Stars. And I was standing next to my 11th grade teacher, Mr. Seifman. And my classmate Richard was standing next to the paraprofessional, Her name is Hilda, Miss Hilda Quinones. But we don't, like I said, the high schools that I went to, we don't address the teachers Mr. or Miss. That was only in elementary school and middle school. But high school and college, we address the teachers professors. High school and college, we address the teachers professors, not Mr. or Miss. High school and college, no Mr., no Miss, just professor, with their last names. So I was standing next to Professor Seifman. I was wearing a red sweater vest and a white long sleeve shirt with a serious look on my face. Because every time when I take pictures, I don't smile. I get serious because I want people to take me seriously. When it comes to class photos or taking a photo by yourself with your cap and gown for graduation, serious, 100% serious. Like Eminem. You guys know the rapper Eminem? He never smiles. He has like a dead serious look on his face. Eminem, dead ass fucking serious. So yeah, I was standing next to Professor Seifman. Professor Seifman is wearing a blue long sleeve shirt and he has gray hair. And my best friend Richard, he's standing next to the paraprofessional, Professor Hilda Quinones. My friend Richard, him and me, we go way back together. We were both best friends in high school, me and Richard. Like I said, Richard is standing next to Professor Hilda, the paraprofessional, Hilda Quinones, Professor Quinones. And I was standing next to Professor Seifman. Yeah, because me, Richard, and the rest of the kids, we were taller, but the kids sitting down, they were shorter than us. The classmates that was sitting down, they were shorter, but me and the other kids, we were taller. We were really, really tall. I was not sitting down because I remember in the 7th grade, my class photo in the 7th grade, I was sitting down. But in the 8th grade and high school years, I was standing up with the tallest kids. Because in high school, I grew taller. When I was in high school, I grew taller. Not really, really tall, like 6 or 7 feet. Nah. I just grew like either 5'10" or 5'11" in high school. I got taller when I was in high school. When I was in high school, I got taller. Because in middle school, I was 4 feet. In middle school, I was 4 feet. But high school, I was 5 feet. I was 5 feet in high school. So yeah, 5 feet, skinny. Yeah, in high school. So me standing next to Professor Seifman and my best friend Richard standing next to Professor Quinones. That was my second high school, closer to my house in the Bronx, called Jeffrey M. Rappaport / South Bronx High School. So there you have it, you guys. You saw everything. You saw all my high school class photo memories, my perfect attendance. You saw it all. We're almost at the video closing out. And there you have it, you guys. As you all know, I always tell the truth in my YouTube channel. Proof, allegations, papers, you name it. Justin Television is a good high school / college scholar. You saw it all, you guys. My perfect attendance history. Again, middle school years, excessive multiple absence, which was so disgusting. Elementary school, high school, and especially college, ding, 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 100% perfect attendance. Before I close out the video, I understand things get in the way when a student is trying so hard to get their perfect attendance throughout the entire school year. Trust me, I understand things get in the way. Sometimes shit happens. Sometimes you get sick, doctor's appointment, family emergency, whatever. I understand we all get sick sometimes. We all get sick. We all vomit. We all get diarrhea, stomach flu, head cold, fever, whatever. Diarrhea, vomit, everything happens to us when we're sick. And doctor appointments, by getting flu shots, checkups, everything gets in the way. Seriously, I know. I fucking know. I've been there, all right? But you got to try your best to be consistent with your perfect attendance and good grades at the same time. So try your best as a school student, as a college student, try your best to stay consistent. Hit that like button, leave some comments, and hit or jam that subscribe button. So you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, today is Sunday, September 15, 2025. See you guys next time.